All right, so now I have the pendant and it has been filed down and sanded. Um, Now I'm ready to go in and put on a bail. A bail is just the loop that you attach to hang your piece from. So you can see on this piece here, this is a brass piece. We have a bail that's just a piece of half round, half flat wire that has been soldered to the top of the pendant here. You can do that. You can have a cut using your bail pliers, round it out, and then just real carefully solder that. Now remember, on this one we're going to be using an easy solder because we've already used the hard, the medium for the bail, so we would want to put one of the easy solders on this. You could do a round piece like this and attach it. You just want to make sure that you leave enough room around the edge that you can push the bezel up onto the stone. You can also use the wire to create one. So you could put, this one has come all the way together. You can see there, the wire is all the way together, and you could put the pendant this way on your bell, or you could take and put the wire on the edge here. You could even have it hanging to the off the edge there. However you choose to do it, you just need to bend that wire and leave enough space that you could put a cord or a chain through that bezel. Now there are others, that's the wire bezel or bail. You can also use a piece of plate. So you can see this is just a sawed out piece of plate that has been rounded on the edges. This has been twisted with a bail pliers and brought back, and you can wedge or you can file that down inside there and then solder that, or if your sheet is thick enough, you can just bend it there and it should be strong enough to hold. Now the attachment of that is to do a sweat solder. So you would lay that piece there and solder the sheet, making sure that your bail is laying flat, because you want to make sure that that is light tight, and then just solder that to the plate there, and then you have a bail that's attached, and then you can put your stone in. That's a nice piece, and you can kind of cut that wire however you want. This one's just a straight piece that's been rounded off on the edge, but you could create shapes out of it. I've seen where they've created hearts out of that piece there in the back and then bent the wire, or you could create other things. That's just a simple, and you could go get that piece of sheet out of the scraps. So that's another way of creating a bail. The last way that I want to show you is just a tube. There's what's called copper tubing, and you can see this is just a long piece of copper tube here, and you can take your saw and saw off a piece of copper tubing, and then sand down those edges, and then this can also be soldered to the top of your bail, just leaving enough. And I've seen them where they've been put on the back, right here on the edge, or right onto the top of that bail or the bezel, and then your bail becomes a chain. And this one's nice enough that you can get your piece in there. You can see that needs to be filed and sanded down, and then you can attach that to your bezel. So those are just a few ways of creating bails for your pendants, so that you can create your pendant. Once you've got those attached, then of course you'd pickle it, go in and sand it down, and then you're ready to push the bezel up onto the stone, and we'll show you how to do that part later.